Hello and happy December. Hopefully you'll be getting a Christmas card from us really soon. If I appreciate your feedback if you get it, because I didn't know. This is the first time I've used Vistaprint to do everything with the publishing. And I didn't realize that I needed to put myself on the list so I could see one. So if you have feedback on that, I appreciate hearing from you. But Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. I wanted to take a minute to let you know what the virtual appointments are going to look like in the new year, because it looks like we're going to be sticking with this, and I'm really tickled. We have a number of clients who have moved out of the state and some out of the country that still have Nexus here in the United States, and so because of that we had implemented technology to allow us to pivot very quickly when the shutdown happened. So wanted to let you know what it kind of looks like. So if you are an existing client of mine, you will get an email from Secure File Pro. They renamed it Portals, I think, recently too, but it's still the same length as amecpa.securefilepro.com, which you don't need to write that down because you'll get a ping. It'll send you an email, probably the 2nd or 3rd. Looks like the 4th is the first business day of the new year, so I might wait until then, although that's kind of late for me. But you'll get an email with an organizer if you were my client last year, and it's going to have all of your last year's information on it. Things that say, you worked for Wells Fargo and your wife worked for Bank of America. Do you have those W-2s this year? Things like that. You can use that to the extent that it's helpful. If it's not useful to you, you don't have to go in and fill it out. Some people like seeing that, especially if you have had some job changes and maybe you only worked at that job for a couple of weeks in the new year and you might have forgotten you're going to expect a W-2 from them. Most often it's helpful for things like, the little interest accounts. I forgot we had the credit union account and we filed the taxes without it. So that organizer is going to help you there. You can access it digitally. You can ask us to send you a paper copy, whatever works for you. But that's the first step. If you're an existing client, you'll get one of those early in January. If you weren't a client of ours for the 2019 tax season, feel free, shoot me an email, or Veronica at veronica@topdog.tax, or Chris or Bobby, BOBBI, at topdog.tax. One of the 4 of us. We also have 2 new interns, but I'm not sure who's accessing that intern account right now. So, but any of us can forward you a physical organizer. From there, you can feel free to either upload your documents to the secure file server. If you need to drop off documents, that's fine. We're going to continue to do virtual appointments. You don't have to see me if you don't want to. If you do want to schedule a time, you have access to my calendar link right now. People are already scheduling appointments for the new year, so feel free to hop on there, schedule a time if you want to. If you don't really want to take the time to talk to me, that's fine too, because when your return's done, you're going to get a little Loom video that goes line item by line item through your return. This is, where this number came from. This is where this number came from. Does this look right to you? Reasonableness, as I've explained to a lot of you guys, so that if it looks unreasonable to you, ask questions. Not expecting you to go back and recheck the math and say, yes, I did make exactly this number. But if you look on there and you're like, oh, what's that line on estimated taxes? I didn't make those estimated tax payments. Let me know. So that we can, that's why I give you the draft. You'll have a digital draft. But anyway, I'm stepping ahead of myself. You'll get an email from the secure file server. You'll upload your documents or deliver them to me if you want to. Schedule your appointment if you want to. If you do schedule an appointment, I do ask that you give me at a minimum 48 hours between uploading the documents and our appointment time, so that I can go ahead and prep the return, look through your documents, make a list of questions for our interview. It's much more thorough if I have time to do that. The Loom video, as I was saying, if you don't have time, if it's not a one and done and I send you questions and things like that, everybody's going to get a video that goes line item by line item through the return. You'll get a digital draft of the returns. You can provide a digital signature for your returns, and you'll get a digital invoice. So everything can be done remotely, completely contactless. And if you don't feel comfortable with video conferencing, we can do a conference call, or like I said, you don't have to see me at all. It's whatever suits you. If you're a new client, like I said, if you're a new client to us and you'd like to schedule an appointment, feel free, go ahead, schedule a time, or call Chris, 704-651 3614. I forgot we're not passing out our mobile numbers anymore, but you have that one. You can feel free to, he would love to talk to you. He has lots of time to do those things, but we are trying to transition to the new main line so that people can get routed and directed and served much more quickly by being helped by Chris, Veronica, Bobby, or interns before they get to me, so that they can get served much more quickly and not get stuck at the, what do you call that, the bottleneck that is my desk. So I look forward to working with you in the new year. I look forward to handling any questions that you might have. Right now is a fairly good time for questions because I'm trying to clean everything up and get things ready for the new year. Come January, February, it's going to get all over again. And pretty much every CPA I've talked to, all of my friends and associates and others, this has been a rough year for all of us. So it's been a rough year for everybody, but particularly the accounting community because of all the changes and strangeness and the PPP loans and the EIDLs and every kind of all the, you know, the grant for North Carolina and the stimulus check, and it's been crazy. So none of us has had a really great time to catch our breath yet, but the best chance we have is right now. So it's a good time to reach out with your questions. But I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Take care.